Welcome to Harvey Allen's video demonstrating how to set up one of our stands. You want to start off by pacing off the amount of steps based on how high you want to make the stand, and then turn the stand up on its side. The next step is to insert the legs in whatever length that you've cut them, and then putting the lag bolts in. It's definitely easier if you start the lag bolts with a hammer and then use a socket wrench or an impact wrench or whatever you have. Once you have all 4 legs in, turn the stand upside down and finish tightening in all the lag bolts. The next step is to get the stand to stand up, and to do that you just have the 2 guys walk up the stand and get the platform up into the air, and then keep it from falling over to the other side. Once you've got the platform up into the air, then you're going to want to level it off. In this case we just used a simple level with a magnet, and in the woods things are not as level as they are here in our parking lot, so you might have to dig a leg down or push one up. But it's fairly simple to do, but you're going to want to get it level first. After you get it leveled, then you can go ahead and attach the ladder. In this case, this is one of our ladders that we've welded up for the stands. Some guys build their own ladders and put them on at this time. Now you want to move into handing up the walls. Simply open up the window. One guy on the ground pushes the wall up to the guy on the platform, and then he just lifts it up. They're not very heavy and they're easy to maneuver once you get them up there. He's going to just slide that wall right on over the lag bolts and the pre-drilled holes in the walls, and then he's going to tighten that wall down. You want to start with the back wall opposite the door, which in this case obviously opposite the ladder, and you want to tighten that down with the bolts that we provide. Every stand comes with all of the hardware, so we use nylon nuts and washers so that there's a nice snug fit and they don't loosen up. Then you continue the process with the 2 side walls. It doesn't matter which of the 2 side walls you pick first or second. They're both kind of the same. It will matter in the direction in which you're putting them. It's always good to use clamps. In this case we've used simple grip clamps. They're very quick and they're very easy to use and they're very handy, and this will hold the stand steady while you're getting the walls situated. You can notice the wind kind of blowing in the background, and it tends to want to move these walls around when they're not bolted and secured together, so the clamps really do a nice job of holding those up. Now that we got our 3 walls up, the next step is to get the roof up. And to do that, one guy again hands the roof up to the guy on the platform. The guy on the platform is going to take that roof and he's going to kitty corner it up onto the 3 walls, and then he's going to scoot it back so that it's away from the edge where we're going to put the final wall that has the door in it. And then we'll readjust this roof here in just a minute in the video. Okay, now that we got the 3 walls and the roof up, the last wall to go up is the wall with the door in it, and that gets handed up. Sometimes you might want to use two two people for that, as that wall is a little bit heavier than the others. And be careful if you're the one on the ground and you're handing that up and trying to help them adjust it. As you can see in this video, we almost got our fingers caught into that. Now that the wall is over the lag bolts, the next step is to clamp it in just like we did the other walls and hold it snug. The next thing you want to do is get the roof and get that positioned into place before we snug everything up inside and get everything all tightened up. It'll be much easier to move and adjust the walls to allow that roof to come into the 2x2 guides that are put in place, and get that all nice into place. And now we're ready to go ahead and snug everything up and get everything all nice and fastened. Some preliminary work is we're going to pre-drill some screws into the cross braces that go onto the leg assembly. It just makes it easier for installation. In this shot, you see that in the wall with the door, there is a 2x4 brace that we put in there to keep that wall from cracking or breaking during shipment or hauling or whatever. And that brace is then removed and it's just tossed aside. The next step is to install all of the cross braces onto the leg assemblies, which really make the stand nice and sturdy. In this shot, you see us using a piece of 4x4 in between the 2x4s, and when we tie all of those together, it really makes the stand nice and sturdy. And one of the final things you may want to consider doing is what we like to advise guys to do, is to bring a ladder with you and go up the sides, as it is made out of plywood and it's painted and it does get wet, and edges and seams tend to want to boil up a little bit. But putting a series of screws down the sides and the seams allow for a much better fit and to stay that way. And there you have it. There's a stand set up. Took those two guys about an hour to do all of this work. We really appreciate you watching our video on how to set up a stand, and know that you'll have many years of use out of your Harvey Allen Deer Shack. Thank you.